What's up everyone, Kangaroo Coffee here, and today we're going over some tips and tricks for when you're in the mines. Some of these tips also apply to the Skull Caverns, but since this tutorial is mostly focused on the early game, we're going to mainly stick with the regular mines for now. The mines can be intimidating for a lot of new players, and I certainly avoided them myself for a while when I first started playing, but great riches can be found in them thar mines, and we're going to learn more about how to safely unearth those valuables. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Tip number 10. Hoe the dirt for food. While you're in the mines, you will find little patches of soil along the way. Bring your hoe with you to the mines so that you can till these little soil patches and get cave carrots, ores, coal, and artifacts like dwarf scrolls. It's a great way to get food while you're in the mines in case you didn't bring enough. Tip number 9. Get to the dwarf as soon as possible. The dwarf is located in a little room just off to the right from the entrance to the mines. There, he sells items that will be very useful to you in the mines, namely all kinds of bombs. However, there is a boulder blocking your way. You can remove the boulder either by using a steel or better pickaxe, or by blowing it up with a cherry bomb or a bigger bomb. Then, when you speak to the dwarf, you will not be able to understand each other unless you have found and donated all 4 dwarf scrolls to the museum. Dwarf scrolls can be found by hoeing the soil patches I mentioned in tip number 10, or by killing monsters in the mines, most of whom have a very small chance of dropping one. Different colors are available in different parts of the mines. That's different color scrolls. So you probably won't find all of them until you are past level 80, which is where the yellow scroll can start being found. Tip number 8. Using a weapon doesn't require energy. In the early game, energy is a major limitation. You will often find yourself running low on energy in the mines during the early game. It's good to know that using a weapon doesn't require energy, and that you can expose ladders by killing enemies rather than mining stones and ores. That way, if you are running low on energy, you can kill enemies and still have a chance of making it down to the next level. Tip number 7. Don't forget to block. When an enemy is attacking you, you can block them by right-clicking while your sword is selected. They will also receive damage from this. This is a great alternative move that you can use, particularly when an enemy catches you off guard. After a block, you usually have an opportunity to hit them with the sword, dealing additional damage. Tip number 6. Crystals are just for decoration. You know these crystals that you see all around the mines? They're just for decoration, so don't be upset if you break some. You're not wasting them, and it's okay. Tip number 5. Kill mummies with bombs. It took me a long time to learn that you can actually permanently kill mummies by blowing them up when they are down. So just hit the mummy with your sword until it collapses, then blow up that little pile of mummy with a bomb. Now it's gone for good, and you don't need to worry about it bothering you anymore. Tip number 4. Upgrade your weapons and complete monster eradication goals at the Adventurers Guild. When you find that you have a little money you can spend, it's a good idea to see what weapons upgrades are available at the Adventurers Guild. You will receive sword upgrades as you advance through the mines, but you may find that even your upgraded sword isn't quite doing the trick. Chances are that Marlin will sell you something better. Also, check with Gil about the monster eradication goals and check your progress on the wall next to him. You receive some nice rewards in exchange for killing monsters, so don't forget to go by and collect those. You'll get a notification when you have completed a goal. Tip number 3. Bring good food. In the early game, certain foods stand out above the rest in terms of their usefulness in the mines. You want food items that supply as much health and energy as possible, and you can find that out by hovering over a food item. You can see how much energy it provides and how much health it provides. Some that I find are good early game mining foods are common mushrooms, leeks, dandelions, salmon berries, and grapes. I'm sure there are others, but those are common forage items available in spring and summer every year, or spring or summer I should say. Fishing is also a good way to get some food in the early game that will go a long way in the mines. Later in the game, you'll obtain foods that are far more helpful than these, but just to keep things simple, we'll save those for another video and stay focused on the early game. Tip number 2. There are guaranteed stones. So you'll notice in the mines that sometimes when you break rocks, you don't always get a stone. And so there are actually some stones, and I'll put those up on the screen right now. Two different stones, or two different rocks, I should say, that when you hit them, you will always get a stone. So these always yield a guaranteed stone, and this is great whenever you are low on energy and you don't want to waste your time on rocks that aren't going to give you any stones. So if you're low on energy, you can just focus on these two rocks, and they are guaranteed to give you a stone every time. All right, tip number 1, wear rings. Some new players aren't familiar with rings in Stardew Valley and how they can be useful in the mines and in combat. Basically, you can find or craft various kinds of rings in Stardew Valley, and there are too many to discuss right now. But some notable rings that are really helpful in the mines are the small glow ring and glow ring, which makes it much easier to see, and can be found by breaking boxes and barrels and killing enemies in the mines on levels 1 through 39 for the small glow ring, and levels 40 and up for the regular glow ring. Similarly, the small magnet ring and magnet ring are helpful since they allow you to collect items so much more quickly and from much farther away, which is great especially when you are using bombs. Just like the glow rings, the small magnet ring is found by breaking boxes and barrels on levels 1 through 39 of the mines and levels 40 and above for the regular magnet ring. My favorite, though, is the Slime Charmer ring, which you receive from Gil at the Adventurers Guild after completing the Slime's Monster Eradication goal, which is killing 1,000 slimes. There are many others, so just keep an eye out for rings. Whenever you receive one, you can always just put it on. You can wear 2 at a time in the early game, but later on you'll be able to forge them together, but that is a topic for a different video. Thank you for watching today. I really appreciate it, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I'm Kangaroo Coffee, and Kangaroo Court is now adjourned. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.